Weekly update with the women's basketball program. Head coach Aaron Johnston with us here on GoJax.com. Couple of home games this past week, a win and a loss. Let's hit on both of them. The game against Denver, they had a nice run there in the third quarter, and I guess that really the difference in the basketball game?
Yeah, it was just a game we had a hard time getting started, and I think in the third quarter some of those things came off and hurt us a little bit more. We missed a lot of shots in that game, missed a lot of wide open shots in the first and second quarter, so we didn't carry a lot of momentum into that second half. We were still up by one going into halftime. We came out and just had about a 2 or 3 minute stretch where we turned it over, almost consecutive possessions. They went down and scored, and they just played Denver like a really energized, motivated team from that point on. So we had our chances to make a run, we had our chances to get back in the game, but we just weren't as sharp and good as we needed to be. I thought they were really deliberate about going inside. We didn't have a great answer for that, and they just played with great confidence, especially late in that fourth quarter. They made big plays when they needed to. It just didn't seem like we were good enough offensively in that game to really give ourselves a chance to get back in it. So, sometimes that happens. There's some things we can do better for sure, but quite honestly, had we made a few more of those open threes, it's probably a different feel and a different conversation. So sometimes it happens, and the rest of our game wasn't good enough to overcome that.
That was Thursday. Then Saturday, a remarkable stat in the dominant win over Purdue-Fort Wayne. And you can have dominant wins, they happen, but 62-2 points in the paint. You've coached a lot of basketball games. That's hard to accomplish.
Yeah, it is. And Fort Wayne was banged up. They didn't have their normal group of players, and obviously having another post presence could have changed that for them in a hurry. So we were, fortunate, I guess, there, but we took advantage of it. I thought our team really did a nice job of attacking the lane with penetration, transition, and I think just post moves. Against Denver, we didn't do that really well. We were really, settled, I thought, a lot more, and really a little bit inconsistent with that. So just a different mindset. But our team created a lot of good scoring chances there. They made a lot of plays defensively that turned into transition for us. We were more patient, I thought, and just settled a little bit more in our half-court offense. We weren't trying to do so much so quick. And certainly we made some shots. When you can start knocking down some threes or finish plays, that gets everybody feeling better as well.
Let's talk about the two games this week. We'll begin with the contest on the road at the University of North Dakota. And going back to that first matchup, what do you take from game one here in Frost into the matchup in Grand Forks on Thursday?
It's been a while. A lot has changed for us since we played both of those teams, really, and probably for them as well. But defensively, you're going to play a team that's very aggressive. A lot of full court, just player-to-player pressure, always going to be around you. They're a physical team. They try and get you off the spots that you want to get to, so they have to really handle that without turning it into a pushing match, because that doesn't help us, I don't think, at all. Defensively, they really get out and defend the three-point line, too, and they try and take some of that away, so we'll have to find ways to score around the basket. And offensively, they do a lot of things. They're a hard team to stop because they run up and down, they can score quickly, they have a lot of different players, a lot of different rotations, so they really make it difficult for you to get settled defensively.
When you play North Dakota, I think you kind of know a couple of things. One of it is they're going to get to the free throw line and shoot a lot of free throws, but you're probably also going to get to the free throw line and shoot a lot at the stripe.
Well, you hope so. I mean, the physical nature of the games that they play make it tough for everybody, and responding to that in a way that keeps you in your system. Like I said, not turns our side of it into a pushing match to get to spots. So we have to handle that. And if there are some fouls called, you have to move on and get ready for the next play. But there are, some times to take advantage of that too, to your point. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think I like where our team is at, and they've been a part of that game for a while. They know what's coming.
Let us talk about then Senior Day in the South Dakota Showdown Series presented by South Dakota Corn. A lot to unravel with the matchup with USD. The first meeting, USD had a big win in Vermilion, and similar to the UND situation, do you take much from that game, or is that just so far in the rearview mirror?
Well, I think we do. I mean, I think we have to handle the pace, physicality they play with. They're equally as physical as North Dakota and do a good job of making it hard for you to score. And offensively, they're probably one of the more talented and balanced teams in the league. There's not many positions that can't score for them in some way, so they're a hard team to defend from that perspective of it. We were playing from behind so much in that game, doing things to try and catch up. I don't know that those were our normal things, and I don't know that USD was in their normal system either after they got ahead. So I think we can certainly look at kind of what they've done in that game and from that game to have an idea of what to expect. But we'll have to play with just more effort, more composure, more pace than we did that first time. I believe we will. Frost Arena is going to be great. As you mentioned, Senior Day, Riley, Tegan, and Megan have been such a meaningful part of what we've done for many years. I think sometimes when you're a younger player you have really good seniors, you have good years, those seniors get all the credit. Well, those 3 seniors were as much a part of what we've done the last couple of years as anybody else on the team. So it's great to see them all playing well. It's great to see them having an impact in what we do on the floor, and I know they'll be excited to really play their last regular season home game there.
And this is an interesting day for all the emotions because, like you said, it is senior day, and there's so many emotions with that. It's the rivalry game. Frost will be packed. There's just a lot going on here on this Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I hope we feed off all that emotion. You know, sometimes that level of emotion can be overwhelming for people. I just hope our team and certainly our seniors embrace it because it'll be one of those, once-in-a-lifetime atmospheres that they'll get to experience as a senior in particular, and the rest of the group fighting for them to make it a good day for SDSU. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Those players, their families, the people in their lives have all been a part of this experience of what it's like to be a Jackrabbit. It'll be great to honor them on that day and make it a special day.